I remember the exact smell of that classroom in senior one. Chalk, dust, suffocating anxiety. I was just sitting there, pen in my hands, suffocating to learn, devastated to learn. And the words that was coming out of the teacher's mouth were just like noise. I was not failing because I was lazy. No, please don't say that. I was failing because I didn't even know the rules of the game that I was playing. And the language to my success was the language that I couldn't speak. To understand that, you have to know where I came from. I came from public school. In primary school, I went to public school, and everybody who went there knows this too well. It's really hard for us to know languages, and so everything just like that, Kiswahili, French, English, things like that. And in high school, Jesus, it was too difficult for me. It was really difficult. The invisible language barrier. When I got into private high school, I was not just competing with coursework. I was competing with foundation I had not been given. I hope you know, and I hope you understand how this was too difficult for me. So the language instruction was in English, and I was not competent in it yet. I was just like trying to read map in a language that I didn't speak. I felt like an outsider. So let me get right into the message that I wanted to share with you today, my people. My good people, it's really suffocating. It's really difficult to be somewhere and you feel like an outsider while you see others are like knows everything, knows the rules. Like you are dancing to the music in no, forget about the music. It feels like suffocating to be in a place where you don't know what you're doing, where you don't know where to start. I didn't know the method to study. I studied. I'm telling you, I I attended every class, but I tried to learn because I didn't know the method, because I didn't know the language, because I was studying in language that I didn't understand. The information wouldn't stick. I studied, but I was like, what is this? What am I even studying? I didn't even know what I was doing. So here comes the day that they give us the report. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Oh, it was suffocating. That was the first time. That was the first time, and they gave me a report, school report. You got it, and I was just staring at it, just like, who is this report is? I don't know. I was just like, this is my report. But I said, yeah, this is mine because I knew I saw it coming because I didn't know the method, I didn't know the language. So I said, man, this is mine. So I stand there, I was just staring at the marks on my school report, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to call my dad? My dad was supposed to come and pick me up at school, and I was like, no, I can't call him. I can't because of the grades. My grades were too low. My marks were too bad. I said, I can't call my dad because if I call him to come and pick me up with these marks, ooh, I thought he would beat me, would be too mad at me. So I stand there thinking, praying to God that what have I done? How am I going to explain this to my dad? He's paying school fees, he's giving me everything that I wanted. And how am I going to explain this to him? How I got these bad marks? Hmm. I stand there and ask that there were students who came from my neighborhood. So They were talking like, oh, we are going by foot. We cannot take bike, we cannot take bus, we are going to walk. So I thought about it and said, oh, wait for me. Let me just come with you. They said, oh, your dad is not coming to pick you up. I said, no, 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 he's not coming. Let's go together. We walked. It was, it was too far, but we said, it's fine because I'm with others. We can go. We we started walking and I was carrying that school report. It felt like burden 100 kg on me, on my back. I was like, Jesus, I know you can change anything. And in the Bible, I remember this word in the Bible. There were somewhere, I don't know which book it is, but I read somewhere that if you have even a little faith, you can tell a mountain to move. You can tell this couch to move. You can tell anything to move, and it can move directly because you have that faith. I prayed for miracles all along the way. I was just praying. I prayed for miracle. I said, God, I know you can do this. You have done more than this. You have done more than this, and this is nothing compared to what you have done. I kept telling myself, oh, I know in the Bible, if there is somewhere written, if you have a little faith, anything can change, anything can happen. So I said, because I have a little faith, that God can change my marks into good ones. So be it. I prayed for God, God, please, I beg you, please change my marks before I get home. I kept checking and nothing changed. And I kept praying, God, I know you said this. I know I have this faith that you can change this. So why are you not changing anything? So I got mad at my God. I said, God, you are just ignoring me. Or I kept praying, checking to the school report, and nothing changed. So I accepted the truth that I had to show my school report to my parents with that marks. So once I get home, I found my mom home. She told me, I missed you so much, my daughter. How are you doing? How is everything? Did you get good marks? I said, I'm good. Everything is fine. Give me food. After eating, she told me, can I see your school report, please? Jesus, my heart raced. My heart raced, and I was like, Jesus, that time came. How am I going to explain this? Ooh, and of course, I had to give it to her. I gave my school report to my mom. She saw it. She said, Jesus, God, what happened to you? What happened at school? I said, I'm new to school. I didn't know the method. I don't know how this happened, but I promised to do better in the second term. She said, okay, you make sure I do better because this is too bad. You know, when my dad came at home, usually my dad gets home late. So he asked me my school report in the morning and told me, can I see your school report? So I was like, oh yeah, sure. I gave my school report to him and said, Goda, what is this? What happened? I went, I just kneeled down and I asked him to forgive me. I said, my dad, I know this is too bad. I know you are so disappointed in me. I know you're not proud of this. So I am really sorry. I promise that I'm gonna do better in second term. I promise. I was saying that crying, tears was all over my clothes. And he said, really, are you gonna do better in the second term? I said, I promise. I swear to God, I'm gonna do better than this next time. He said, okay, Make sure you do better. Of course, he was so disappointed because he told me, I okay, this is different story, but okay, let me just say it. There is a girl we studied in the same classroom, and she got good marks, a good one. So her dad and my dad were working at the same place. So when she got to show her dad the school report, my dad saw it. The girl is very clever. She's intelligent. Your friend got good marks. What happened to you? I said, I don't know, but in the next term, I'm gonna do better. That's what happened in the next term. Jesus. Let me tell you something. I have learned in that moment. I was praying for God to change the ink on my school report and change my marks to good marks. And I have learned that that's not how God works. That's not how He really works. I was trying to change my marks before trying to change my discipline. So God told me, God has changed me. He changed my discipline. He said, you have to change first. You have to change how you learn. You have to learn. So my God didn't change my marks, but he gave me time to change the person who was holding it, who was holding the school report. I have realized that my mountain has not moved because I have to know where I came from, where I started, and where I want to be. That's what I wanted to know first. I am here and I want to be there. How to get there? God helped me to know how to get where I want to get, not to change what's happening in the situation. And He taught me how to do so. He taught me how to get where I want to be. If I was here and if I want to get here, He taught me how to get there. I was waiting for my mountain to move out of my way, to jump out of my way. But I have realized that I was the one who had to start climbing it a stone by stone. I had to teach myself how to learn. I had to teach myself the language that I couldn't speak. I had to build the tools that I was missing. So in the next term, I got good marks because I knew how to teach myself the language that I couldn't speak. I, I, I taught myself how to speak that language. I taught myself the method. I have learned the method. I had to learn how to learn. I have done all of that. So in next term, I got good marks. So once I about my school report to my dad, he said, "I'm so proud of you, girl. I am really proud." And I was like, "Dad, this is it. This is what I was talking about." So God did answer me. Looking back from the vantage of where I was, God answered me. He did, and Jesus. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Now I can speak freely. I can speak with confidence in English without autism. This is so good. Uh, so let me tell you the lesson that I have learned. You don't have to pray God because you are in difficult situation. You have to pray God every time, always. You have to pray to teach you the way you want to get things, to change you, to help you know how to get where you want to be, where you want to go. And that failure didn't define me. It didn't. I didn't let it consume me. I didn't let it convince me that I am failure, that I am lazy. I didn't let it. It helped me to evolve. I evolved. I kept telling myself, I can do better than this. So I did. I need you to do the same today. Faith is not a substitute for you to do the work. Faith is the fuel that encourages you to do the work. So, if you are currently in a place where I feel like you are behind, where I feel like the effort that you are putting into something is not enough, where you're feeling like you want to give up, please don't give up. Change the method that you are using. Pray to God to give you the courage to learn how to do and how to get where you want. So you are not clearly failing. You are in a phase of learning. Don't be afraid to admit what you don't know yet. Don't be. Admit it. Say it. Say like, I don't know this. I don't know English. I don't know Kiswahili. I don't know French, but I wanna know it. Set principles. Set the time you want to be. You will be able to know all those languages, to know all those things you don't know. I need you to go out there and learn the vocabulary to change your future. If you are willingly to struggle, you are already winning. My name is Kelly, and this is the Worthy Pulse. I'll see you in the next one. Let's keep moving forward together.